All right, what's going on YouTube? Beautiful day today, going for a walk. I got a special guest here.
Hi.
This is my girlfriend, Catherine. First time on the channel, right?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that, babe? How do you feel about that?
I'm nervous.
Yeah? Nervous?
First time on. Well, I have one YouTube video from a million years ago, but that's about it.
From a million years ago.
From college.
You never showed me that.
I know, I don't want to. It's a singing video, and it's a little embarrassing.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, so right now we have Hazelnut with us, right?
Yes, this is Hazel.
This is Hazel. This is belongs to Catherine's friends. Just watching her for the day.
Yep.
And she's joining us on our walk today, so
She's
not
doing
doing that, but
a pretty great job, except for when she sees other dogs, then she likes to lay down and not listen to us at all.
but she's a good dog. Right, you little cattle dog? Hazel. Hazel. So, we're just going for a walk right now today. It's a beautiful day outside. And we decided it'd be a good idea to make a video talking about our faith journey.
Specifically, what it's like to be in a relationship while you're going through your faith journey in a more intentional way.
Oh yeah, because there's a big difference, night and day difference between, being in a relationship while you're seriously in your faith versus if you're outside of your faith and you're in a relationship. It's just completely different. So
We've experienced both, so
yeah,
we know the differences. So we thought it would be helpful to talk about some of the blessings and the benefits of being in a relationship while you're in your faith with someone who's also in their faith and very key to that.
absolutely.
And then some of the things that are more challenging, but that, are intentional challenges that you can work through together, and they're all, meant for our benefit anyway, the challenges.
Oh yeah. So first one, a sense of calmness and peace in the relationship. A sense of calmness and peace in the relationship. And that happens in several ways, but you notice it specifically in when you go to adoration together, mass together, or just getting deep into prayer. Like, you just feel so close to one another in a way that I've never really felt before. And
Going along with what Alex said, I think you also get a sense of calm and peace because you know that you have shared values and right, Hazel?
Right, Hazel?
You know that you're aligned in that very core part of your life, and it gives you a sense of peace just knowing that you don't have to worry about that aspect. Like, you are already aligned on where you want to be. Like, you both want marriage and kids, and that you make mass a priority and you make God a priority in your life, and just being able to pray together and it brings you closer, and like knowing that you both want God to be the center of your lives and your relationship.
I was about to say that.
Sense of peace.
I was about to say that. But see, I mean, that's something we've always agreed on, and we pray for it daily. It's to always have God at the core of our relationship. Asking the Lord to lead us and guide us each day. To help us to make the right choices. And the Lord hears our prayers. The Lord has blessed us in several ways, and just always grateful for that. Real quick. Oh, she licked my straight tongue. Oh my gosh. Oh. So you guys, I think the second thing here is learning from each other and helping each other grow closer to God in our relationship. You want to take this one, babe?
Yeah. So I think we both had different experiences in our faith and different faith journeys. We both were cradle Catholics, but in different ways, and have had different experiences. And so I think we have different strengths and weaknesses in our faith journey, and we can kind of balance each other out. Like, and there's things that we learn from each other. Like, for example, I was able to teach Alex about like the Advent wreath tradition that my family always did, but he didn't grow up with.
Right.
And
I didn't even know about that, to be honest.
Yeah.
So,
and things that I've learned about the faith that he wasn't aware of. And on the other hand, like Alex had a really good, strong, like going to confession routine, and I like hadn't gone to confession in years. And so because of him, I was able to like have a better relationship with confession and start going on a more regular basis. So we kind of balance each other out in
Absolutely.
our strengths in the faith, and can together just be stronger because of that. So the third benefit we wanted to chat about was, it doesn't sound like a benefit at first, but being in a relationship with someone in your faith allows you to go down a separate path from the rest of society, and you're kind of going against the grain, against societal norms.
Absolutely. You know, I feel like God sort of blesses you with a new mindset, unlocks something in your heart that changes everything. It's a blessing to have that different mindset. And one example is, as far as sexual things are concerned, like having sex before marriage, you know, that can really complicate things and, you know, just put a strain on the relationship, or blind you to things. Like you don't see things clearly, you know, because you're just all caught up in the feelings and emotions that take place whenever you do have, you know, sexual experiences. So, you know, when you're not doing that, you're seriously just focused on the other person and their personality and how you guys have chemistry. You know, and I feel like when you're not in your faith, and like 90% of relationships, people are just, you know, obviously they're having sex and stuff, and you know, it just changes the dynamic of the relationship completely. Because obviously, you know, guys, when you're in a relationship, there's going to be those temptations to, you know, want to get spicy, extra spicy, you know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? So, but there's like, it's kind of like making brownies, you know, making the brownie mix. A good analogy with the chastity and waiting for marriage is the brownie mix analogy. So when you're not waiting for marriage, you have the brownie mix, you have all the ingredients mixed in, you have that batter ready to go, and you can taste it, and it'll be super sweet, tastes amazing, but it's not the final product. It's not going to be as good as it would be if you were to wait for the right moment when it's done cooking and it's edible the way it's supposed to be as a brownie. That's what it is when you don't wait and you go get fuck. All right, so we talked about some blessings. Now we can talk about some of the challenges that you can face in a faith-based relationship. So we said earlier how going down a separate path, different than societal norms, is a blessing, and it is, but it does come along with some challenges as well, and we're gonna hop into those right now.
I think when you're going against the grain, and it's obviously going to come with challenges because you are going to face a lot of opposition, whether like direct or indirect, from the rest of society.
Yeah.
It causes you to feel a little alienated because you're doing something different from most of the world.
People won't understand you sometimes, you know. It's just
it's harder when most of the people around you are not doing the same thing. So it kind of depends on the people you surround yourself with. If they're also aligned with you, it might be a little easier. But if the people around you are not following that same path, it can definitely feel a little alienating. So the second challenge we thought of is probably the most obvious one, which is just the frustrations with being chaste and how challenging it can be to do that.
Definitely. I mean, I think our brains are just so programmed and hardwired from, you know, all of our lives since teenage years, you know, of, you know, the sexual things being okay, and they just push everything is just overly sexualized in our society, I feel like, and it's just the normal to think like that, and to, you know, to have sex and to do those sexual things is just, it's normal, it's okay. No one even bats an eye at it, you know, it just happens.
It's celebrated to do those things. It's supposed to be quote unquote liberating to just go all the way and do whatever your body wants to do.
Yeah.
You're told you should be allowed to do that, and that's liberating. But we know it's really the opposite.
Exactly. And like with that, there can be some frustrations because you know that it's not the right thing to do. So at times it can be frustrating. Sometimes you want to follow what your body wants to do, but our flesh is weak. We got to follow the Spirit, be strong in the Spirit, and overcome the weakness of the flesh. So another challenge is feelings of guilt, which is not in itself a bad thing, but it does have some frustrations to it.
I think it can tie into what we talked about last with the chastity frustrations. Because when you do go too far or do something that you think you probably shouldn't have, there's a lot of guilt around that. And I don't, like Alex said, it's not necessarily bad, but when you are more progressed in your faith journey and you're growing closer to Jesus and your relationship with Jesus is stronger, you're more aware of the things that you aren't supposed to be doing and the things that will draw you away from him. So there's more guilt if you do the wrong thing, and that can be challenging and frustrating, but if you keep your mindset on the fact that it really means that your relationship with Jesus is getting stronger, and that you are if you're more aware of your sins and failures, you can go to confession for those and be forgiven, and you can work towards being more holy and doing the right things.
Absolutely. So yeah, guys, hope this video helped you guys out and can relate to a lot of you. And if you have any questions or comments, just leave it down in the comment section, and we would love to expand on these topics, or any other topic you want to talk about. Just let us know. Trying to build a strong Catholic faith community to share with one another, to help one another grow closer to God, and just to have a cool place where we can all connect and get to know each other, help each other out. We'll see where this goes. It's fun to pick up the camera and to film together and to have these, to share these experiences with each other, to help each other grow, honestly, like we said earlier. It's just part of the journey. We're on this journey together, and just looking forward to the future, what the future brings, and doing this hobby on the side. It's fun to do, and we'll see what happens with this. But anything you want to add, babe?
No, that's it. But thanks for watching, and hopefully this was helpful.
Yeah. See you guys in the next video.